It's time to explain the carryover privilege. We added this to the game because at the end of the game, there are times when you're trying to get from 90 to 100, making your 10-point word, where you turn over your cards and you realize there's not even a mathematical way to put the number of cards together to come up with 10 points. In this example here, let's suppose you're the blue player, you're already on 90, and a 4 was rolled on the die. So your goal is to make a 4-letter word worth 10 points. The minute you turn these cards over, you could notice that there's no way of making a 10-point word. But there's still a really great reason to try to make a 4-letter word. If you have a card or cards in here that you would like to keep in your hand for the next round, try to use them in a legal word. And right here, the card that stands out to me that I would like to bring in the next round is this E. So I would try to find a way to use this E in a word. And there's a 4-letter word that uses the E. So make the word time. And although it adds up to a minimum, these 3 cards already add up to 11, so there's no way you can win the game. But when your scoring turn comes, instead of scoring your points, you get to make a declaration of a carryover privilege. You can take any or all of the letters that you used in your word and bring them into the next round with you. The thing to remember though is you're still only going to have 7 total cards to work with in the next round. If you bring 4 over, you're only going to get 3 new ones. If I just wanted to carry the E with me into the next round, during my scoring turn I could declare I want to carry over the E and keep that with me for the next round. Then when it comes time to take cards for the next round, I would only take 6 new cards face down. This one is visible to you. You've hand-picked it for your next round. The other 6 remain face down until the timer starts. Now this privilege can only be invoked if you are already on 90. You can't use it when you make a word that takes you to 90 and then choose a carryover from those cards. It's only if you started your turn on 90 and are still there when the scoring round has ended. Because you could have declared this, suppose you scored first, you could have declared this E as a carryover, and then one of your opponents may have landed on a target that took you off of 90. At that point, you just lost your carryover privilege. So you have to work your way back to 90 and then try to win the game again. One other really important thing to remember about the carryover is it's only good for 1 round at a time. So suppose you carried over that E and took 6 new cards for your next round. Let's say in the next round a 6 was rolled. The timer starts, you turn over your letters. Unless you can use that E again in a 6-letter word from these cards, you cannot automatically carry it over into the subsequent round. It has to be used in a round to carry it to the next round.